welcome back. What in the world is that? And I'm not talking about my hat. I'm talking about this fine piece of craftsmanship equipment right here. We're gonna venture the property. We're gonna just generally enjoy the outdoors. We'll talk a little bit more about what this is all about. So come along, enjoy some fresh air. Moose tracks. They had a crab. It's got frost on it, but it has not been here that long. Like, well, because it rained. Did it snow? It snowed a little bit yesterday afternoon, so it's got to be just maybe from last night. Well, this is our lagoon actually. Let's have a look around here. It doesn't look like they went through, but I mean it is slushy. And there's a spot that somebody, like they're busting through for water, pond for water through the slush. I'm not too worried about being out here because of course it's been, there's another spot. We've had warm weather after heavy snowfall, so this ice has all sunk and pushed water up on top, and then you can see out this direction where they were pawing out the slush, getting at the water there so they can have a little something to drink. So what we have here, to the best of my knowledge, is a brush hook. And of course, its intention, as it sounds, is for cutting brush, small trees, I would imagine. The nature of the blade with the hook on the end lends itself to a chopping action that, you know, hopefully would hook and draw brush into that. Wider, I'm basically picturing a machete with a handle on it. Quite hefty. And this one, there was a lot of them made. I'm gonna forget the most common brand. Kelly something. I'll put a note in the video. That isn't what this is. This is actually stamped original. I don't know if you could see that there. Seder Banco. Seder Banco, and it actually still says on this side, made in Sweden, 3.5 pounds. Not all original. It's had a new handle put in it. And of course, back when this was manufactured, a modern nylock nut, you know, not what it would have had. And this has been re-drilled with another bolt put in from original. Someone's refurbished it a little bit. So Seder Banco, from what I've read, originated out of Sweden. I forget the actual name. It started with a D. 1864. Axes, brush axes, those sort of hand tools. In 1921, so all of the gear dating pre-1921 was just stamped Seder. After 1921, Seder Banco. So this falls in the period between 1921 and 1964. After 1964, I guess they ceased to exist. So somewhere in that range. I don't know. I'm sure there is a way to narrow down more, maybe by the model of the shape of the deal, but that was gifted to me by an extremely good friend of mine, and up until this point, it has just sat as a display piece. Here's a spot maybe where we can do a true representation. Now, bear in mind, I don't know what I'm talking about. So like I said, brush hook, this one made in Sweden, as I mentioned. Why does that's the one thing that'll get you. You get a tool that says, of course we all know made in China, overseas stuff, not a real positive connotation a lot of the time. But if you put Sweden or Germany on something, a tool made out of metal, most guys are like, oh. It could be true. I like it. Plus, it makes it a much better talking piece. So, this one, brush axe. This, oh, you're in for a real treat. This This would be like the equivalent, I think, of Grand Forest Brooks small forest axe. It's like roughly the same size. It's got a real nice feel to it. Hultafors Brooks, made in Sweden, right there. Also, I love this axe. Now, when I bought it, because of course, like a lot of things, why did you buy it? Well, I'll tell you, because I have access to the internet and I watch YouTube, and it leads to buying things. So you probably could have bought an axe from the hardware store. This, I think, was about at the time, I want to say it was like $140. We're just mucking around here, okay? If I was really out cutting trail, there'd be a brush saw. We'd have a chainsaw. That's what we'd be up to. But let's give this one a go. So that works good, man. You can feel the hook. The hook, that's a good feel. Now I'm gonna say with the axe, no matter how good, you know, the axe is, it all comes down to the aim, because we don't have the same real estate. Now that was a one swing deal with the brush axe. Now this axe time. It's all about the aim. 1, 2. And obviously you just saw the extensive testing, you know, 30 seconds worth of it. This brush, it stands up to its name. The brush hooks, and this, it was bouncy. It, you know, like it didn't have the same motion. It could have been the angle. The hat's a little warm. The Hultafors Swedish axe versus Swedish brush hook. What should we go with first? Mix it up, different order. Brush axe second, axe first. I'm gonna try and not get you with the actual tree itself. 1, 2, 3, 4. Much larger, right? Diameter, so a lot more solid for that axe to hit it and the wood to absorb that energy, rather than, you know, like a little spindly willow. You know, you're hitting it, it's like, oh, it's wiggling around. So round 2. The brush axe. Let's go like this. Well, we're almost all the way through. 3, and then I'm going to do the back cut, and then try not to get my own camera right there. So what are we thinking? Well, the brush hook, it shines with the smaller diameter, catches the brush in the hook design. I like it. I can see it for trail cutting. It would definitely be a useful tool. A lot handier than the axe for that sort of closer to the ground grubbing type work. Of course, you know, it never fails, right? While you're talking and doing something. The plow truck. It's a ways away, but it's distracted me. Here, let's just, while it's distracting me, let's just say this for a quick sec. It will snow, okay? It'll snow that much. That plow truck will not be seen for days, okay? It hasn't snowed more than a skiff in a week. In fact, it rained. The grader and the plow truck have both been up and down the street today. Like, I don't understand. Anyways. So what do we think? Well, I think they're both lovely, actually. I mean, just look at, I mean, you really would have to be here with me to appreciate this. But I mean, this is forged together, okay? Like, that is beautiful, beautiful piece of equipment. But you're never gonna not wanna have a proper axe. For the bigger wood, obviously you're gonna have to cut down a tree for some reason. That's what this is meant for. It's gonna take the, you know, it's gonna take the energy from the axe blow, chop, chop, chop. That's what it's meant for. This, on the bigger tree, cutting it down, you could definitely feel the vibration in the handle. Like there's not the same kind of mass in the head for it to take that kind of hit, but I love it. I love it.